Hey everybody, good evening and welcome. This is Obi-Wan Pez for N Simplex Pachinko, and tonight we are playing some Nine Souls. We are currently trapped in a jail, and we must escape. So, for the moment, just take some deep breaths and think of the peacefulness. Hope y'all are having a good start to your week. I guess today's Tuesday, so sort of still the start of your week. And many of you are further back in the week than I am. I had the misfortune of thinking it was a good idea to go and play the Clea battle in the end of Expedition 33 before I came here. Maybe not the best idea, 'cause that one will emotionally compromise you. Okay, so we're stuck. There's no way to get our ferry over to the other side. I do have my sword, though, which is kind of interesting. I didn't think that I still had it. Right. We're gonna make a huge jump. No, we did. Yeah, right, because I smashed things. It's nice of them to put the mark in the middle of my screen where my health should be. Thanks, guys. Does that one actually go anywhere? Doesn't look like it. No. Yeah, he definitely knows where I am, so. Let's try that again, and maybe this time don't do something as blatantly stupid as that. Okay, so we do have to basically set the guy off by getting close enough. Okay, so we also don't have charge. That's fun. Right. So get that open for next time, because we're definitely going to die again. Cool. Well, you know what they say about curiosity. Nope. Yay. Ugh. Well, he doesn't seem to notice. Son of a... So at this point, I don't think we can make that jump. Huh, that guy disappeared. Don't know where he could go. Jeez. This is the worst prison break ever. So there's a guy there. Okay. Okay, so we don't want to go back down there and tempt fate. Because honestly, the only thing that's going to happen is I'm going to hit him, we're going to get alerted, or we're going to alert the entire place. So, rather than doing that, I'm going to come straight this way. Nope. Let him go by and then sneak past. Alright, there's another one directly upstairs. Okay, now this guy's just following us. Awesome. So that doesn't really work for us. Uh-oh. No. Oh, that's not good. Go be alerted over there. Awesome. Okay. So we don't get, like, anything. Okay, we do get jades out of this, so that's good. Time to execute charge strike is decreased. I don't know that I have it at the moment. Imprecise parries, right? And when HP reaches 0 for the first time. Okay. Chi charge capacity increased by 1. We can't really do much at the moment. Increased Jin radius. Increases gold, increases experience. So we definitely want to increase experience if we can do that. Shadow Strike might be nice for now. Do that one. Ah, there we go. Now we're back. So... yeah, we'll do that one. I think we will actually change the charge strike to be less time, and then also make sure that we have this transmute unto life. Oh, right. also forgot to set my timer. So it should be... Okay. That's within a couple seconds of each other. That's acceptable. Jump. No? Okay. Nice. Good night. That's nice. Oh. Can't get those, though. Might be a problem. It's not a problem. Okay. So now that we're here, right? What is... that way? That would be nice, but we can't get that one. There's nothing over here. Okay. So... I don't want to take that guy on, because he's going to kill us. That's nice. Oh. That being looks as if it is being tortured. Possibly to extract some sort of fancy juice from it. Nope, not that. Okay. I really don't want to have to kill that guy, because it also means the alarms are probably going to go off. That's really inconvenient for me. But, such is life. We have to try it. Yep. Okay. I don't trust that shivering mass for 1 second. I suspect it's going to pop back up and he's going to reappear. Jerks. Forgot about that. Okay. Prisoner's Bamboo Scroll 2. Scroll inside a prison cell. Anyone, please help me. I must escape. I must escape. The lunatic wants to cut the flesh off my body. The weathered bamboo scroll bears messy characters that seem to have been scrawled during a state of disoriented consciousness. Lovely. Basic components. Right, fine. Okay. Didn't use any of the actual Azure Sands. That's too bad, but whatever, it's fine. Let's come back, because it's possible. Kangui. Please. God damn it. Don't like that. Oh, come on. This is friggin' stupid. Ow. No, no. You jerks. All right. Where are we going? Left. And up as soon as possible. Alternatively, we could try going right. Which does not particularly look promising. Nope, that was nope. Yep. Nope. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, friggin' hate these guys. God damn it. Saw that a little bit too late. That was unfortunate. Ow. Wow, alright. Please. Kill me. Yeah, we'll try and. Ah. Yep. Jailbreak. Successfully escaped from... I don't know how successful that is, but... Noble ring. Ring left behind by Kong Hui. Valuable ring worn by someone of high status. Owner must be from a prominent family. Man. Nothing. Alright, cool. Oh, can be. Seems like it can be recycled. Yeah, it's recyclable. It says so right on the top. Well, that is unfortunate. So what are we doing? We're in the machine room in the factory, which is one layer under the underground. Oh man. Alright, so I should be able to find a map probably in here. Don't suspect it would be upstairs in the jail, or down, whatever, over there, in the prison itself. Probably not. I also could probably figure out what's on that left side there. If I can get up to that top section and jump across. Seems like that is a perhaps a somewhat reasonable idea. Ooh, uh-oh. You know where I am. Man, cheap. So screwed. Uh-huh. Right straight into it. Oh, that's who that guy is. I don't like that. Nope. All right. All right, what special thing are we getting now? Nice. Basic dissipation of energy won't work against an opponent like Zitong. How should I resist more powerful attacks? What? Friend from beyond this realm, have you come to inspire me once more? Oh! Lovely. Hold and release when the music brings its attack. Gotta get that timing though. I approve. Feels like I'm just taking a beating. Will this really work? Still feel like something's missing. Ouch. That's it. Inhale and exhale. Forge strength from tranquility. And something else. Unbounded counter. Hold left button to charge and release left button at the right moment to deflect any attack, including crimson attacks, and inflict internal damage. Woohoo! To deflect any attack, so that does include these ones here. Nice. And it includes the lasers. Okay, so rest. Jades. Yeah. Ouch. Ouch. There we go. Much better. Yeah, ouch. That's gonna take some getting used to. No surprise. Woohoo! A rope. It's really small. I'm surprised. Ouch. God damn it. That was unpleasant. Oh, okay. Ow. There we go. That's gonna take some getting used to. Standard component. What do you mean I can't smoke while I'm hanging on to here? Oh. Hey. Yeah. Alright. shields. Lovely. Okay. So us being right here is also pretty nice. Aww. See you. Nice. Rupture, organ displacement, extremely slow pulse. Ouch. Will Lord Yi make it? What should we do if he dies? No! Hey, enough with the ominous statements. If he dies, I will take over this place and transform it into a mausoleum. Don't worry, I'm sure he'll be fine. We're up to all sorts of antics when we were young and we're still kicking. But if he does die, I'll take his Fang Shi robe. Why, it won't even fit.
Sir?
Yee, well thank heavens. How do you feel? Can you see clearly? I'm fine. My lord, your body needs to recover. Please lay down. Get out of my way. I need to... Get some rest already, tough guy. Now here's what I don't understand. How did he manage to get back here in this sorry condition? I'm not sure. I lost contact with him for a while, and when I came to, he was already on the bed. That strange man with blue-green skin carried Yi home. Chuan, glad to see you're alright. Can you all give me some space? Let me rest alone for a bit. The blue-green skin man said you should listen to music and eat more meaty plants to restore your spirit. Forgive my impudence, but how did you manage to get so badly injured, my lord? It was Taijiquan. Chuan. Lord Chuan, you went to find that soul on your own without consulting us? You mustn't, my lord. The Ji family heir is known for his violence and treachery. My intelligence indicates that he is skilled at manipulating minds. And he's quite stylish to boot.
You so?
What? I just think he looks kind of cool, and that he could be really persuasive at times. That irritating deceiver speaks only in fallacies. You know, maybe we should avoid messing with him. What are you, one of that bastard's admirers? No, not at all. I just think someone like that is worth risking your life to... If you agree with this nonsense so much, you can walk yourself over to the transmutation factory anytime. Can you just cool it for a bit? Things aren't always black or white. Have you really thought this through? Are you truly in the pursuit of justice, or are you just in the pursuit of spite? Look. Alright. Shouting isn't going to help you recover. Uncle Chubby doesn't have the strength to fight either, right? He might seem unconcerned, but when he was taking care of you, he cried and looked so flustered. Hey, zip it, kid. Enough arguing. These minor injuries should heal quickly. Whether it's Jixuan or anyone else, none of them will get away. If I have to die, I'm taking them down with me. Of course. Every time. Mode, no. We have reached... we have 3 of the seals. Koafu, who is now one of our friends, Gumong, and Yanlao. And we also have our friend Chiyu up on the top floor there. And we have explosive electric arrows. So we've gone... I guess this is... What did I say? Night 7. We've done 6 other streams prior to this one. Sir Yi, are you alright? Yes, it is totally 100% a Ori and the Blind Forest, very similar Tai Chi Kitty, super cozy game. I'm fine. I heard from Chuan Chuan. You were the one who carried me back, right? As the sages say, compassion is the principle of benevolence. How can one sit idly by when one has the means to help another in distress? I owe you a big favor, that much is certain. I'm immensely honored to receive such praise, but you needn't fret over such a trivial affair. If you insist on thanking me, I would invite you to continue trading in your Jin with me. More Jin? Do you have that many systems that need repairs? You might not be aware, but my Jin usage has greatly increased after I found my brother. You're playing Blasphemous? Yeah. Indie games. Good times. Your brother, Xingtian, have you found him? Thanks to you, I've been able to sequester him away. However, in order to save him, I am currently collecting the requisite parts. I may need to sojourn here for a few nights as I make these preparations. I hope you will allow it. Just another additional resident. Sure, why not? I have not played Blasphemous now. Thank you, Sir Yi. I'm always available should you wish to trade. Oop. Oh, good. Reciprocation Jade transfers part of your internal damage to the enemy after a successful unbound encounter, pushing the enemy and defusing a dangerous situation. Computing unit, of course. Thunder Centipede, highly toxic insect found near water. Adventurous kids would often catch them and poison themselves by touching their mouths and noses. Wall climbing gecko. A gecko endemic to Yan. It's not poisonous by nature, but toxins from the ants it consumes build up within their bodies, rendering them completely inedible. Gut wrench fruit. Tropical fruit from the kingdom of Yi. Poisonous sacs are distributed throughout the fruit, but there are those who still risk their lives for a taste. We already bought all those. Yeah, things are going pretty well. So my name is Obi-Wan Pez. This is N-Simplex Pachinko. We do mathy type stuff here on Mondays and Wednesdays. And then Sunday, Tuesday, Friday, we do gamey type stuff. So you're welcome to hang on in and see how things are going. And we also do, thank you for the follow. And we also do some martial arts when we reach approximately... Hydrate. Yes, thank you. We also have Assam red tea, so that's an interesting one. Yes. So I've studied Tang Soo karate for about 17 years. And I picked up about a year and a half ago, I started learning Eskrima from a guy who's local here. This is Yorkshire, in England. And then I also, from him, started learning Tai Chi. So, Tai Chi Chuan. I do not stream the martial arts so much as I have a redeem hidden in there somewhere. So normally, if somebody else hasn't already done it, when I come back from break, which we're getting pretty close now, but when I come back from break, I'll do probably a martial arts form. Is that why my Chinese is good? No. Boxing and kickboxing, nice. I've only actually fought one kickboxer in a tournament, and I mean, he was like a blue belt and I was a green belt, so we weren't terribly far off from each other, but he absolutely wiped the floor with me, so not surprising. He was just so much more experienced. Let's see. Okay, so if we do the Noble Ring, the advanced component, and one of the standard components, we now have 4,000, and we can now create a new pipe file, because goodness knows we need them. And that leaves us with 600, which is not enough to get anything. Jiu-Jitsu is more enjoyable and safe. Yeah. So we also do, as a part of Tang Soo Do, we do Jiu-Jitsu, karate, and taekwondo. As sort of like piecemeal, we're interested in these things. So we learned how to do locks and things as you're trying to move through your forms. So Jiu-Jitsu by itself is just as potentially hazardous as anything else you might do. So it really just kind of depends on how practiced you are and how safe you're. Yeah. Keep the body moving, keep the brain thinking. Definitely worthwhile. Oh, that's nice. I didn't know that actually switched them. Anyway. I don't think I have a map. No. No, so, I have seen the, Ooh. Are we doing something different? Are we doing something different? What's going on? Yee? You're confident in your skills. I mean, if you've been hanging out long enough and cross-train and all sorts of cool stuff, then yeah. Being confident isn't too bad, just certainly don't want to be too overconfident. I'm usually underconfident by a lot. With good reason. My fellow disciple, it's certainly been a while. How fare you? Your brow teems with fury. Looks like you have met with an adversary. Just caught some nicks and scratches. Oh no, I just cough all the time. I've had that since I was 12. Your opponent must have been exceptional to be able to injure a master like yourself. That scumbag. I'd rather not talk about him. So why have you brought me here again? I cannot know, let alone interfere with the current of the Tao. If I were to venture a guess, I suppose we support each other, like fish and water. Support? Your horn has helped me a lot, but it hasn't been that useful lately. I should be able to find the cause. Its internals must have been damaged in battle. While I fixed it, I also updated the firmware and added a new teleport function. So it's a scientific device. What is this teleport function? It will allow you to teleport to any registered external node from the central node. So you had another card up your sleeve. Huh, you misunderstand. I lost my attachment to scientific exploration years ago. This new feature was born purely out of a need to scratch a mental itch that popped up the moment I gifted you the horn. It would have taken any other scientist several lifetimes to accomplish what you did. Who in the world are you? Lear? This stunt is amusingly simple before the ways of the Tao. I hope you find good use out of this horn. If through inaction nothing is left undone, could indifference lead to contentment? After the upgrade, the Fusong Horn can now be used to teleport from the central root node to any other registered node, allowing Yi to quickly teleport between more than 2 spots. This will enable greater freedom of movement and more flexible exploration. I mean, honestly. Let's go. Hey. You can't, Nong. You need to calm down. Everyone in the village will be upset if you get hurt. Ah, Nong. If I get hurt, don't sell me short, kid. How tough can those monsters be? They just look bigger and scarier, carry a few big weapons. What are you two talking about? Bad news, Yi Anong said that armored monsters have appeared in the village. He said there's no one left. We have no idea where they were taken. Chuan. Chuan, the one who hurt you? Why would he do this? He's doing it to aggravate me. He knows I hid myself in Peach Blossom Village. Do you plan to rescue them? No, who cares? They never gave a damn about me. Come on, you were worried sick watching from the gate. We were both breaking into a cold sweat. What should we do? I need to think of a plan too. Should I go back to check? No. Don't you dare leave the Four Seasons Pavilion on your own. You're staying right here. My village is in trouble. I can't just ignore it. If only I were as skilled as powerful as you, Yi. Adding a trip to the Peach Blossom Village now could very well mess up all my plans. I never expected you monsters to have any sympathy anyways. Fine, I'll help. Yay! There's a cave under that burning area. It leads right back to the village. How did you even know about that? Only thing is, it's really narrow and some parts of it are entirely collapsed. Otherwise, I would have been able to escape much faster. Oh, and take this with you. The guru said that it was needed to traverse the caves. Yi, if you want to save the villagers, you should do it quickly. The village might not have that much time. I know. Abandoned Mines Access Token. Woohoo! Access token left behind by ancient miners allows access to the abandoned mines. Gift from Shenong. Shenong often talks about the guru, an ape-man who seems to know the truth behind Peach Blossom Village and has even explored the outside world. Their whereabouts are currently unknown. Suspicious. Okay. We are going to take our quick break here. Just leave it. So 3 minutes. We'll be back and grab something to eat, maybe stretch, get up, walk around anyway. So see you in 3, and we'll do a little bit of martial arts, like a form or something. See you in just a bit. And welcome back. So we're going to redeem good form. So, we'll do a quick review of my 3 martial arts. First is Eskrima, which is a Filipino sword art, which is actually to be used mostly with, that's unfortunate, which is to be used mostly with, really? You're just not going to do it, are you? Alright, let's go like that, and then we go like that. Nope. Okay, well, we're going to be blurry. So typically what we do is we either have 1 or 2 machetes. And this Filipino martial art started in the days where there was a crime family that was taking over a lot of the Philippines and like hustling people for their hard-earned cash that was coming from, you know, their places of work. So the people eventually said, no, okay, we've had enough, we're not doing this anymore, and organized and created Eskrima. So generally speaking, they would be walking home from their jobs, they would just have their machetes, they're just regular tools of the trade. They'd be, you know, put away in their sleeves and stuff like that. And then if somebody decided to hustle them for their money, they could then take it out really quick and have a bladed weapon. And this scares people, so a lot of times they got left alone. Really want that to change, but alright. So generally speaking, the crime family also was very good with stiletto knives, and so they could stab people, especially up under the sternum, and get their heart. Nasty business. So basically, first thing to do is to block anything that's coming in this area. You want to be able to parry, you want to be able to block, do what you need to do. Second, we have the weapon, the machete itself, which is going to start in this position with the butt end of it pointed pretty much straight at your target. So in this case, I'm just pointing it at the camera. That is so that you can't exactly see what I'm doing with it. So if it was sitting out here, you'd be able to see some movement. Whereas if I keep it here, you won't know what I'm doing necessarily until possibly too late. So the standard moves are to just strike out with this, and we're going to counterbalance with our rear hand and then come back. So that's the first one. Generally speaking, you're striking directly at a person's eyes. That is the approximate target you're using. So if it ends up hitting a little bit high and catching you in the head, that's going to be awfully painful, and they're not really going to be happy with you. But generally speaking, you've just slashed open their head, they're going to be bleeding a lot, so they're probably going to leave you alone. If you get a little bit low, you could aim and end up hitting their mouth, which also very bad. Their like chin or cheek, the jawbone, or the neck. If you hit their neck, very bad day for them. And if you're really, really low, you end up hitting, you know, arms, shoulders, that stuff. But generally speaking, you're trying to aim for the other person's temple, and when you strike across, that's where you're going to try to hit. So, counterbalance, all that good stuff. And then, when we do other moves, so our number 2 move, very difficult, it's 2 at once. So we do 2 moves at once. Okay, number 3 is a single strike come back, followed by an overhead strike, followed by a single strike again. So, looks like that. So, single, overhead, single. The number 4 pattern is we're going to switch to an open stance. This is a closed stance. Pretty much anybody who's done martial arts before knows the difference between closed and open in your particular format. So here we do a single strike out, and then instead of returning, we go to open stance, where again we have our hand out in front to parry, block, whatever, and then the initial strike in an open stance is coming out with this, and what we're going to do is actually use our parry hand to stop the motion of our arm, which will also whip the end of the machete. So usually it can come out here, snap a little bit, and then it depends on what you're doing. So either we're going to come back, or as we're doing a number 4 here, we started in closed stance, we went to open stance, we do a single strike, and we return to closed stance, and then single strike again. So roughly speaking, looks something like this. You also can use your parry hand to redirect. So here, not only was I stopping to make this whip, but also I pressed down just a little bit, and it allows it to come right up over the top, and makes it a little bit easier to bring back to a closed position. 5 and 6, I always get confused as to what exactly is what. But something to the effect of this goes back to an open, and then here we basically come around and do an overhead strike, and then something like that. Number 6 is where it gets kind of funny. This, we do a fan block. So we come up with an backhand, overhead, a forehand, and then something called a kadlik, where we, actually I'm too low. So from here we go backhand, forehand, and then we drop our hips and twist this way, which causes all of this to start moving. And if I don't let the tip of this machete move, at least for a little bit, this causes it to whip around. So, block, fan block, kadlik, single strike. It's after that we pick up 2 machetes, and we have all sorts of patterns. So first of all, if you're just carrying machetes back, right, you and your partner's machetes or whatever, you've got your bundles of, vines or crops or whatever else you got that's attached to or wrapped around the machetes. Somebody comes by and starts demanding money. You drop all your stuff, right? You can tip them back and draw them directly out of whatever you're carrying. And so now those are on the ground, and these are free. So from here, there's several different moves we could do. We could drop them down and come up and swipe through like this. We could come forward and down, sweep like that. You want to practice both so that you understand how and where to put your hands so that you don't end up like bonking yourself. And this is also why we practice with sticks. They're far less dangerous than active blades. We got a few more. So the basic movement from here is a 45-degree angle down strike, and then we can balance it out by doing a 45-degree angle up strike as well. And typically you also want to twist in the correct direction, because the blade should only be on one side of the weapon. It's a machete. So if you're cutting down like this, I need to make sure that that's coming around and cutting again here, and also I need to twist and come up with it as well. I can't just use the back of the blade, go forward this way and backward that way. It doesn't work that way. You go down this way, twist, and then come back up. So cut down, cut up, cut down, cut up. We have a few different motions from here, so that's mostly what we have. So our lemniscate figure eights going down first or coming up first. I prefer coming up, even though it allows for the other person to see it a little bit earlier, because, you know, you telegraph pretty hard, rather than if you go forward, right, there's your cut. You're going 1. I'm going to have a 1 to drop and 2 to slice up. So unless you're really quick about it, people are going to notice. The other ones that we have usually start from a open... I guess this could, in theory, be called more of an open stance, where both of the weapons are on one side, and we have a Sticks to Heaven, which is a pattern that you can do with a partner. And it's exactly mirrored. So whatever you're doing, they're also doing at the exact same time. So we do a 45-degree angle down strike, which then connects with the other person's right hand 45-degree angle down strike. Then we return to the other shoulder. Then we do a 45-degree angle up strike. It also connects with the other person's machete. And then we twist and swap and do another 45-degree angle down strike here, and then return. And now we're on the left side. So again, it'll end up being clack, 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 clack. Makes a lot of noise, bothers the neighbors, you know, cool stuff. Cops will get called, it's great. Other patterns that we have here are like if you're just doing something to, you know what, it's fine. We do one that's like Heaven to Earth, which is the same motion here, but then this one comes up rather than doing an upward strike. This is going to like come across to be more like a block. We also have some other patterns which don't involve other people. So similar to how we were doing the like up strikes here, we could end up coming over to one side and doing a follow through. So basically the sticks follow the path of the other stick, and this is like an asymmetric figure 8 lemniscate shape. So instead of both coming up at once or both going down at once, they're out of phase with each other. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And typically you're only doing one pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're moving on to something else. You don't want to be predictable. Being predictable means you're going to be dead. There's some other ones. So we got, similar to how we did the fan block earlier, we could just do the forward part of that, which is coming off the shoulder and immediately going to like a strike. You really have to watch your own head with this one, because if you end up slicing your head, that's a bad day for you. But go like this, and then we cut across, and then we do a kadlik. So we end up, again, this is a forward, like the forehand part of the fan block, cut straight across, and then kadlik. And now we're on the other side, so we could do that forehand strike here, cut across, kadlik again on this side, and then we return. There's also A 3-count strike, which basically we do a 45-degree angle forehand strike here, and then immediately come back up around while the other one comes across, and then this one comes down. And now we're on the other side again. So, straight across. I'm kind of exaggerating a little bit, but basically as this comes down and then starts going back up around, this is going to try to come straight across here and then return to the shoulder while this one goes around for a second strike down. Oops. Well, we can do that one too. And then there's also double strikes, so when we're doing sticks to heaven, sometimes we hit here, and then instead of going back to the shoulder, like that, we'll also go around and go for a second strike here. Devastating if your partner does not know it's coming. So there's all sorts of cool stuff you can do with a Eskrima. It is a bit aggressive, so sometimes you get a little... you don't quite get all that energy out, and sometimes you need to calm down a little bit. So, we also do some Tai Chi warm-ups and cooldowns for it. Our instructor is originally Tai Chi... Yep. Tai Chi... He's not a master, but very good anyway. One of the ways to get loose is to kind of allow your arms to just kind of flop. And then as you start moving them around like this, you just give yourself a little bit of a bounce, and it puts energy into them just like you're doing on like a swing or something. It gets all the joints kind of moving. If you don't like force any of the motion, so you just let your body do its natural thing. Like I'm literally not putting any energy into my arms from my shoulders. So the only energy that's going into them is the energy of the swing. And I suppose I am, in theory, controlling them a little bit so that they don't just go flopping all over the place. Like, they have a set path that I want them to be on. You should also do this when you're approximately standing straight, roughly speaking. Right? We have sort of a forward and backward one going like this. Same deal. Try not to make them flop too hard, like when you are trying to go over on a swing and you like go slack and go clunk like that. Yeah, don't do that. I was just doing it. Do as I say, not as I do. Right, so just go forward and backward a bit, and same deal. You don't want to let your arms flop. You just kind of relax. And then we do something called bear. So you get into about shoulder's width distance with your feet. Bring your arms out like this, and then you turn to one side, and you back into the other hip. You don't want your butt to be any further back than about halfway down your calf, and then you turn and back off into the other one, and turn and back off into the other one. And you want most of your weight to be on the back foot, and so when you transition here, right? We're just careful about how we're doing it. And there are probably better ways to do this, but I'm also not super great at Tai Chi. I've only been at it for like 6-7 months, so. But having a brown belt in karate, having spent 17 years with these people before moving to England, like, kind of got me prepped to learning new martial arts. Okay. And then the Tai Chi Chuan comes through with 8 major movements, and they all make one form. That's the basic form. So the first 4 movements are, if we just get into like a kind of standard position here, 45-degree, straight on. You want either all of your weight to be pretty much on your back foot or all of your weight to be on your front foot. The other one is just there for stability. Also, when you start doing like actual Tai Chi, you end up learning about a thing called double weighting, which is basically where you, instead of just standing, you're going to press down into the floor and diagonally out, which is then going to cause you to push more force into the floor than just your weight. So when you do this, it creates a lot more stability. People are not going to be able to move you, and then you have to shift back into the other position, again, onto your other leg, and now double weight again, and then shift forward, and then shift back. And we have to figure out how to make all that work with your biomechanics and other cool stuff. The 4 movements in the 4 cardinal directions are what are called ward off. So we come back and we bring an arm out to connect with somebody else's forearm. And here we also bring up the other hand as a like to keep your form in good shape. So just like in Eskrima, where we were moving both of our hands, this was the hand with the weapon. This is for counterbalance. Similarly, for Tai Chi, we're going to bring up one hand as our block and the other to keep our balance, to keep our form. If you've ever done ballroom dancing, you know how that goes, right? You need to have your arm here and here in order to hold your body in this particular way, and when you move, that moves with you. It doesn't lag behind or move forward. It's not fluid, it's very rigid. So here with ward off, it's actually fairly similar. You're going to keep this more or less rigid form. If somebody presses against you here, you're going to let that energy go directly into your back hip and then press that into the floor. So, ward off. We have roll back, which we go a little bit further. Bring the arm closer to like about midpoint on your forearm or your elbow, somewhere in there. And then we bring this back. So what we're actually doing is we're letting somebody's force come at us, and we're kind of brush parrying away. And then here we do a press. So we can press against someone and then dissipate the energy. And then as they're coming at us, we sink back into our back leg, and we can do a push, which then allows us to transfer all that energy back into them. These are all to be done essentially when you are in control and you have the means to redirect somebody's energy in a useful direction that you don't really, it's not going to knock you off balance. So, the other 4 are the diagonal directions. Those are what you use when you are not in control, when somebody's force will knock you off balance, and they're much more attacky. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. So Tai Chi Chuan, first form goes something like this. Pluck, split, elbow, shoulder. So those last 4, and then pretty much you just repeat the exact same stuff going all the way across the room until you run out of room. For me, it's 1. I can maybe do 2. Carry an energy ball, we double weight into the floor, we step forward and do a ward off, roll back, a press, and a push. We do a pluck, which is essentially grabbing somebody's forearm or just letting them go through. Let them come this way. A split, where we will then use either open palm and literally just smack them across the face, or use ridge hand and get that across, again, eyes, nose, carotid, anywhere in there will really hurt. And again, we're doing the same thing as Eskrima. We're stopping the forearm and letting the hand whip. So again, if you're doing this as a slap, that's going across the face. That is getting all of this here. If you can get around the ear, you could do permanent damage. So, careful. If you basically open palm their entire face, it can actually send them just into like a momentary stun, and that gives you opportunities. So, split. Here, it's as if somebody grabbed your wrist. You are clearing it. So you just basically take your hand, thumb underneath, fingers on top, and then pull your hand through. So you're clearing them off of you. And then elbow. And then we take a step, or not even a step necessarily, but we can go back to our back leg, engage the spring in there, and then allow ourselves to come forward and do an shoulder strike. And then while we do the shoulder strike, we're also letting our lower hand kind of fly. So that is going to smack anything that might be in this region. All right, we'll do karate after the next hour. Fuiwika. They would kill in MMA? Nah. I would not be terribly good in MMA. I mean, apart from just me being who I am. Apart from me being just who I am, yeah, these particular moves are not, like, incredibly aggressive. So, if you want the hard hard hits and stuff like that, then we'll probably talk Tang Sado another time. Alright. A moment of your time, Sir Yi. I saw some paintings of renown hanging upon your walls. By whose hand were these rendered into being?
Huh?
What? Paintings of renown? You mean like the portrait of Kunlun Immortal? No, the painter casts a much bolder stroke, signed with the name Xuan Yuan. Ha! They resemble the painting you have in your possession. Every stroke a curiosity, every hue a mystery. This is the first time I have laid eyes on such exquisite artwork. Are you for real? Why, of course I am. Do you see a flaw in my judgment? I have dabbled in both ancient and contemporary treasures. My expertise can surely withstand public judgment. No, I didn't mean to question your expertise. It's just, I didn't know you had such unique tastes. With all due respect, Sir Yi, would you be willing to part with the painting in your hands? What's in it for me? Allow me to think this through. How about this? I have one Fangxi jade in my personal collection, which is usually off-limits, but I can make an exception for your masterpiece. Deal. Wonderful. Oh, this painting. What incredible artistry. Harness Force Jade. Performing a precise parry will complete any ongoing charging for charge strike. Ooh. Making it immediately available for use. Nice. I like it. What else we got? Alright. Bunch of 1800s. Yeah, no. Huafu. What do we got? Pipe upgrade level 5 requires herb catalyst. Transmute into chi. Gain 1 chi charge after killing an enemy with talisman explosion. Yi can only equip one transmute effect. Yep. Arrow Thunderbuster X. Ultimate form of the Thunderbuster arrow. The explosive power has been further enhanced, and only a few enemies can survive such a powerful attack. Requires dark steel. Extremely destructive explosions. Cloud Piercer X. Maximizes attack power, grants the ability to penetrate through shields, dark steel. 2,500 for either. And 4,000 for Azure Sand Magazine improvement, making it 5. Developed by Kwafu to maximize Azure Sand capacity. Woo! Where did that Chiyu even come from? What a bizarre ancient weapon. I don't know either. It's not uncommon for AI to have personality, but I've never seen one like his. He keeps calling himself a scholar, but no matter how much it can imitate Solarian emotions, it can't have any self-awareness, right? Well, it depends on how you define self-awareness. To some people, self-awareness is just an illusion created by a massive neural circuitry. Kind of depends on how you see it. Alright. I know you don't want to tell me what you're doing out there, Yi, but if you're going to do something really dangerous, something that might get you seriously injured, could you at least say something? It was just an accident. I won't lose next time. Fine, I'm just glad you're okay. That blue-green uncle saved you? I don't think he's a bad guy. Did it surprise or scare you? Well, I'm used to it. You all look really different to me. For all I know, that might be what everyone in your hometown looks like. You have a point. You have a very limited sample size. Righto. Performing precise parry completes any charging. That might be useful. Imprecise parries. Let's do a teleport. Can I look at that? Nope. Cool. I want to go back to monitoring here, just out of curiosity. It could just be a locked door, in which case we won't be able to go anywhere. Okay, cool. No. Right, we can't go. Now I don't know where the... I don't know where the map could possibly be here. I mean, I guess it could be in that section above. But I would think that that section would be red, not green. Teal, whatever this is. Oh? Or possibly up there. Yeah. Alright, factory. Outer warehouse. Factory, machine room, prison. I kind of want to go to Tiandao. Hmm. Four of 6 treasures. Cool. Let's see. Have to go to the pavilion before we can bounce to any other. Strike Cortex Center. I do remember that there is a place that has one of the laser things. So it's not here. That's alright. Right, so that goes back to the factory floor. Yep, here. That bottom left one. So actually, go to the right here. Ow. There we go. It's going to take me a long time to figure this out. It's going to be very sad. Cool. Ow! Dick. Okay, so interesting. Huh. When he gets his axes stuck in the ground, he's going to pull them out, and you can get killed on the backswing. Alright. Wow. Like, I don't even know what to do with that. Move slower with intention. Really? 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 Why? But that... Really? Deeper breaths. Such bullshit. Oh, cool. I can leave. You know what? No! That is absolute bullshit. Okay, no. That's false. Alright, try again. Performing a precise parry will complete any ongoing charge. Okay. This is not going to matter at this point. Imprecise parries for projectiles, not going to matter. Right. I was telling everybody earlier that I finished the Expedition 33 fight with Clea, and I gotta tell you, that was not an easy one. And then I spent about half an hour re-customizing everybody for like this fight, and it took me 5 minutes. It was absolutely bonkers. Bullshit. Why? Okay. So the purpose of this fight is to practice this unbounded skill that we just got. So, unbounded counter. There we go. That is the entire point of the existence of this fight. Oh, come on. Survived ever so slightly longer that time, but Give me a fucking break. I just wish that I could be right next to the door and not have to run for 30 seconds. Oh. Okay, got one. Give me a break. No! That you are a liar. Again, I can just leave. I could just leave. Come on! No! That's not how this works. Come on! Alright. Ads are gonna start, so see you in 3 minutes. We'll figure this out somehow. We're getting close. Alright, so tonight is hashtag not sponsored by Cadenhead Distillery up in Edinburgh, Scotland. And also hashtag not sponsored by Red Hook Brewery in Washington, formerly of Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Alright, so, one more time. So, Tang Sudo Karate is fairly straightforward. There's a bunch of individual strikes. So we have our standard jab, reverse punch. Then we have up block, down block. Bum, 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 bum. We got a bunch of other stuff, but up block, down block, right? Punches to the side like this based on what stance you're in. So we have Kima stance, which is very much like horse stance. Basically, you're trying to keep a balance going backward and forward like this. We have Chonku stance, which is an aggressive forward stance, and we have Fugal stance, which is a defensive stance. You're spending most, or you're putting most of your weight on your back foot, and here this is fairly stable from most directions because you can at least move things out of the way. We have the Fugal Sudo, which is a nice little typically block parry that we do. We have Kima down block, and Kima punch. Yeah, there's a number of things, but anyway, if we want to do, let's do my black belt form number 1, which is I forgot the name of it. That's pretty awful. My notebook is here, so I at least have that. Shinte, there we go. So, Shinte starts with, Junbi to the front, and then we begin with an X block to the front, and tension down. Let's move over just a little bit so we don't hit something. And then typically we turn and fall into what is both a up block this way, or kind of inside out block this way, and a down block this way. So both of those things are happening at the same time. And then we reverse to the other side. And then we go and, oh man. And we go and cross block up to the top here. We come down and then to the right, which is because it's down the room, we do an up block punch, up block punch, up block, and elbow smash. And then we do a Chongul down block, Fugo Sudo, Chongul down block. From here, we do a back leg front kick while we grab the lapel of the person in front of us. Right? Kick here. And then we set our feet down, and we got to get them in motion. So, bring them around the front, around the back, and throw. Grab somebody over here, bring them around here, and throw. And then we come back, and we want to poke people in the eyes. Start from a cat stance. We go 1, 2. And then we spin. 1, 2. From here, we step in front. We do 2 down blocks in a cross formation. And then step forward and do 2 chops kind of to the neck. Then we do a Fugo Sudo. No, not Fugo Sudo. We turn around. Dita draw, there we go. So we do a Dita draw, which is basically we take the rear leg, move it to the side, and then just spin where we are, bring the hands back down, and then hop into a Chongul stance and do 2 chops this way. And then we go into up block punch, up block punch, up block, head smash, or elbow smash. And then we go back to cross block, tension, Jimby. Genye. So that is my first black belt form. The second one has a little more character to it, and not everyone has to do it. So typically your first black belt form is Shinte, and everybody has to do it. And then your second black belt form is one that your instructor picks. Because they think about the body type that you have, the kinds of moves that you typically do, what seems to work for you, and then they go with that. Now, I, unfortunately, did not get an advisor before I left. So my status as a black belt candidate was null. Come on now. God damn it. No. You dicks. Boo. Come on. I'm doing the thing. Obviously, I'm not doing it right, but... Come on. Hey. Come on. Like, they don't give me enough time to do an actual crimson or unbounded counter. Even if I wanted to. Oi. on! No! What the fuck? Somebody else who is also a martial artist and does really good, awesome work here on Twitch is 16-Bit Eric. This is Eric Campbell. Some of you may know him from Geek and Sundry. He's been doing good stuff, and oftentimes discusses his time both as a martial artist and also as a I don't think he's an ordained minister. I think he went to seminary. Anyway. No. 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 Absolutely not. Fuck off. Alright. This game is super punishing, so if anybody hasn't noticed yet, if you're even just a little tiny bit off, like, nah. It's not gonna work. Oy. What? No. Come on. What? No. No, no, no. That's not how that works. We're getting to the point where this is complete and utter nonsense. So... I use the... I use the deflection. That is utter nonsense. Nope. That's not how that goes. God damn it. No! Alright, closest ever. Jesus. Who suggested I play this game? Oh, no. Come on. No. No, I deserve that one. That was okay. I did jump literally right into it. No. No. bullshit. Okay. That's the sad part about this. I don't have to go here. Oy. No. What? No! Oh my god. So frustrating. No! uh. I could have given myself more space, and I could have... There you go. Could have used that last pipe. I think I had one more. Woohoo! Boo. Yeah. Okay, I got him trapped in the corner with that one, so that was good. Screw that guy. Pipe vial. Nice. Oop.
Roger.
You don't know what you want.
Control.
Yee. Yay. That guy. Alright, so there's no real purpose to going anywhere else. Yeah. Let's see. There is a hidden treasure in the central transport hub. And I don't know where it is. Amazingly. Normally there's still like a faded out area that is still accessible. In this case, though, the only place we have is like there, and that doesn't seem likely. Yeah, we can still check it. That's unfortunate. Oops. That's unfortunate. Boo. We're meant to come from the other direction. Interesting. Whee. And only somewhat unfortunate. That's fine. Okay, if we go to Central Transport. Right. Ah. That is a very hefty door. They apparently do not want me there. Alright, we got 1 skill point. They're all going to take 2. Yeah. Right. Increases internal damage inflicted by unbounded counter. At least with those guys with the big clubs, like, they give us time to do an unbounded counter. It's kind of blatantly obvious. How do we come from up there? Ah. It was that place up there where I jumped across. But if I'd fallen down instead, we would have ended up in here. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Cool. Okay. No, that's fair. I need to get on this side. So if we go up there, we should have already seen everything. Yep. So that gets us to the main elevator shaft. Ah. Uh-huh. Can we bring it down? It'd be really nice. Cool. Okay. Nice. Dark steel. Awesome. Can be used to strengthen arrows, significantly increasing their power. Woohoo! Dark steel is the hardest metal found on Panglai. Anything it's processed into becomes virtually indestructible. It's found naturally in the Tianshan Mountains of the Ji Kingdom, with only 3 ore seams ever discovered, making it extremely valuable. Woohoo! Well, I'm glad we came back here. I know at some point I had probably been frustrated with it and said, well, I can't finish this. Which may or may not have been true. Right. So, what else? We have nothing in this entire section. Awesome. We are completely... Oh, right, okay. The place where I just went is now complete. If we use those, we should be able to traverse over to here. There's no guarantee that we'll be able to do anything over there, but nonetheless. Hide inside a container. Oh my god, it's a cat person. What's that doing in that box? But honestly, we all know the answer. If I fits, I sits. Okay, that's helpful. I forgot. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Right. So that's probably another Solarian. And I suspect we'll either have to escape it or fight it. Yeah. No information. Although, interestingly enough, right, this location has a solid wall at the edge there, demarcating that we are not to pass this zone. Whereas something like the place that's inhabited by that, like, vine spitter thing is open, as is the two underneath there. So the one I'm standing at, I'm gonna guess here, is literally impassable, whereas the other two are passable. Similarly, the place with the statue right there in the middle doesn't have a floor yet, so it seems like there's going to be some way to move the statue or affect it in some way. Ah, yeah, we can definitely get down there somehow. Ugh. Ugh. All right. Good times. On guard. Taunting you. Nothing, huh? Alright. Come on. Come on down. It's nice and cozy. Alright, fine. Yunglong Canal. So this is where we found Shinong before. Right. We can either go all the way across again, or all the way across this one to get up to that node. Everything's found here. This one just doesn't have a map. I think we want to go up, but at the same time, we don't have that elevator. So here, if we go all the way to the top, without dying. Right. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's the boss zone. Okay. we just have to make it to the node. Right. Just go to the root node. And then we can get sent back to the central node. And then... Okay, just go back to the pavilion. To the central node. Then we can go back to the other place. Not so much. Oh. Okay. Oh. There's a door there. Yep. Okay. Restricted level. Fun. Not allowed without a valid access token. Fine. Okay. Got another few minutes before ads threaten to come in. So we're going to, I think, finish up a couple of things, and then get going. Hee. Go. Right. So, all that stuff. All right. As our wrap up here, we're just going to say thank you very much for everybody for coming by. My name is Obi-Wan Pez. This is N Simplex Pachinko. We do... Those are the same symbol. They have a dot underneath it. So yeah, we do mathy type stuff here on Mondays and Wednesdays. Monday we're currently doing some math education type stuff. Currently looking at Building Thinking Classrooms by Peter Liljedahl. We're going to be looking at a few other books. I haven't quite decided what to do yet, but yeah, that's fine. And we're going to see what we can do there. And then we'll be working on some GRE prep type stuff for our mathy days. And if anybody has any particular questions, anything like that, feel free and stop on by. Ask whatever you want to. I will always stop and let you ask whatever it is you want to ask. So, yeah, we're going to be doing more Nine Souls next Tuesday. Barring anything else that is going on, I don't think we have anything on the schedule currently. Couple more weeks we are going to head to Denmark for like our half-term break, so we'll take about a week off for that at the middle/end of October. And yeah, we'll be doing some awesome stuff otherwise. If anybody has any questions, let me know. But otherwise, we're going to head out. And tonight, I think we're going to probably... head on over to Phobos Dream, who is currently working on competitive programming problems. So we're going to head over to see Phobos. Hope you all have a good night. And again, my name is Obi-Wan Pez. This is N-Simplex Pachinko. See you next time for... well, GRE stuff tomorrow. So, good luck everybody. Have a good night.